From Amberdew, but Century sprinted away and the Omen Tips won the money. Century's drawing right away to win by 2 lengths.
Century, the brilliant sprinter miler of the early 70s who was blessed with the perfect physique. Well, almost perfect.
He had a roach back, he had a sort of half a hump on his back behind the saddle, and he always gave you the impression you were galloping downhill with him all the time.
Century had won 4 on the trot before starting favourite in the Blue Diamond Stakes of 72.
Roses led from John's Hope, nothing much in it though from Century coming at them, and then Clinging Vine, Friar's Joy, Blue Mountain. John's Hope got to the front, Make Mine Roses has gone, Century out after John's Hope at the furlong, and then Clinging Vine and Friar's Joy. John's Hope in front, Century trying hard, hands and heels, he won't pull the whip on it. He's gradually getting to John's Hope now, John's Hope still in line. It's going to be close, Century gradually grabbing it, they've hit the line, dead eight.
Even the jockeys weren't sure who had won.
Kevin Langby rode John's Hope, and I said, oh, I think I just got you. And Kevin said, oh, he said, you got me all right. He said, you beat me by a good head.
However, both jockeys were wrong as the Sydney colt got the verdict. The judge didn't need his camera at Century's next outing as he was a clear winner in the VRC Sire's produce at Flemington. After 2 unplaced runs in Sydney, Century continued north to winter in Queensland.
Well, he had a bit of arthritis in the sacroiliac area through the roach pack, and that probably was the reason why he isn't continue training on until you gave him a spaces races well apart. And it did work because at the finish he had a very good record.
The benefit of that warm winter sun was evident when Century had his first start at Weight for Age.
Acidity well clear with 300 metres out. Century starting to peg him back a little bit. And here's Kazanlik coming with a big run. Longfellow's gone. Acidity 2 lengths to Century into the straight and Kazanlik out wide. Century and Kazanlik coming at the leader. Acidity weakening. Century got to the lead. Kazanlik's grabbing them out wide. Century in front though, and he's too good. Century comes away to win by a length to Acidity.
Higgins was unable to make the weight in the freeway, but renewed his association with the colt in the Ascot Vale Stakes, the first of many feature race wins down the Flemington Straight 6. There were some who thought Century was too brilliant to get a mile, especially around the tough Moonee Valley circuit.
But Century's coasting at the 300, moved to Acidity and raced to the lead on the corner. He's going to get a big break into the straight. He's 3 lengths in front of Acidity, Carnation for me, Fleet Endeavour and then Cardinal. But Century's going to walk in. He's 5 in front halfway down the straight. And the colt's going to win by a minute. Carnation for me in second placing, but Century's won by 5 lengths.
After that classy win at Moonee Valley, he started odds-on in the Caulfield Guineas. But yet another emerging star was on the horizon. But Century showed that he doesn't give up without a fight.
Century's gone, might be lucky to run a drum. And Sobar at the 200 drew away from Acidity. 4 lengths away Century, followed by the Fixer, Gold Brick and Grey Abbey. But this will challenge for the favouritism in the Caulfield Cup. Sobar, Century's running on well again now, but Sobar will win by 4 lengths to Century. A length and a half third Acidity.
Following his run in the Guineas, the signs were there that Century's arthritic problem was a concern.
He had a lot of ability, but he did have a rather delicate horse to train.
That's when the arthritis, I used to note at the track in the morning, it'd take you a lot longer to warm him up. And the further he got into a preparation, the less effective his oomph was.
He returned in the autumn fresh and fighting fit. His prime target, Flemington and the Straight 6.
I'd have to look at his win in the Newmarket Handicap as a 3-year-old as probably the highlight of his career. It was he was an Omen Tip in that race. It was I think it was the 100th running of the Newmarket Handicap, and he was aptly named Century.
In front, Century's grabbed him with Torto and Idaloo from Amberdew, but Century sprinted away and the Omen Tips won the money. Century's drawing right away to win by 2 lengths.
He treated Australia's best sprinters with contempt and smashed the race record. But there was a price.
Well, you know, I suppose you've got to then again look at it from a handicapper's point of view. He carried over Weight for Age as a 3-year-old to beat open class horses in the Newmarket Handicap, and you are then going to pay the penalty because he'd proven that with that extra poundage that he was better than the horses around at that time.
Century then ran second on 3 occasions in Sydney. One of those was over the tough Randwick Mile in the Doncaster Handicap, conceding the good mare Anna Lee 8 kilograms. The colt with the roach back had enjoyed a great 3-year-old career with 4 wins and 5 seconds at Group 1 level. Century returned at 4 to win 2 feature sprints, both down the straight 6.
As he went on and started to get older, around corners, he didn't have the same drive as what he had down when travelling on a straight course. I think that's why in the latter stages of his career, his best races were down the straight.
Down the outside, I'm Scarlet well clear with Century after him. I think the outside horses are in front. I'm Scarlet out wide. On the inside, it's Cut and Deal, Valley Moss, Gay Blade and St Mervyn and Galdare. I'm Scarlet, and here comes Century now with a big run. I'm Scarlet the leader, Century the challenger. Century raced to I'm Scarlet, put his head in front. On the inside is Galdare, but Century in front near the line. He's too good. Century's won it, scored by about 1 length.
Century returned in the Lightning Stakes. It was time for revenge on John's Hope.
Well, I suppose we deserved to win that one.
Racing, Century got away reasonably well, so too did John's Hope. Bon Cherie was first out. From out wider, John's Hope going fast. Workman vying for the lead, and Idaloo's now joined them also with Scottish Charger. They were followed by Tangent coming into it quickly out wide, and then Sabamas racing up to the leaders. Idaloo got to the rails with Workman a length to Tangent, and Sabamas a length and a half Scottish Charger. John's Hope moving up stylishly. Then New Gleam, Scottish Charger the fence a length and a half Century, and forget about the rest. As they went to the 400, and Idaloo skipped away. 2 lengths in front of Workman. John's Hope hooked to the outside from Sabamas, and then Tangent. Century starting to wind up at the 300 is coming hard. Idaloo finding nothing. John's Hope's grabbed him quickly. Here's Century out after him. John's Hope got to the lead now from Idaloo. Century coming at him like a train on the outside. John's Hope grabbed by Century close to the line, and Century's too good. He comes away to win by nearly a length to John's Hope.
Century was then asked to carry 61 kilograms in his attempt to win back-to-back Newmarkets. However, he was unable to produce his customary brilliant acceleration and was retired to stud shortly after, where he surpassed his brilliant career on the track and became a champion stallion.
It was a pleasure to train him, really, because he was an individual himself. He had to plan his racing and work from day to day pretty well, and it was quite satisfying when you did win the group races with him, because it was sort of a personal effort to get him where he was.
But he was a lovely horse to be associated with. He was a kind horse, and once again, like most champions, most good horses, they're a jockey's dream. They're good to ride. Century certainly, in my opinion, can hold his head high, because he was certainly amongst the best.